Hey guys, I hope you're ready because in this video my boy Neil from the Pentatonic Way is going to show you how to blow minds and change lives by using the Pentatonic Scale. Neil is awesome. One, he's a great guitar player. Two, he teaches soloing, lead guitar, and all kinds of more complex parts of the guitar. Three, he breaks them down so painfully easy that even a monkey could do it. Neil has tons of lessons. He has live lessons on his channel where you can chime in, ask him questions. Subscribing to his channel is a must if you want to be a better guitar player. Do it now. I'll put a link in the description below. You guys will definitely benefit from it. So this is part number 2 of Neil's video series that he was so kind to share with us, where he breaks down the pentatonic scale. In this video, he's going to show you the 5 shapes of the pentatonic scale, the patterns, how they overlap, tips and tricks, secrets, and more. So I really hope you guys like it. Once again, this is Neil from the Pentatonic Way. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Neil from the Pentatonic Way, and I'm so excited to be partnering with Justin from GuitarMadeEZ and bring you this series of videos talking about the pentatonic scale and ways you can use it. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the pentatonic scale, and then we're going to take a look at the 5 shapes that you can learn and where they are on the neck. All right, let's check it out. So before we get into the 5 shapes, I want to introduce you to the idea of the pentatonic scale and let you know what it is a little bit. You may be familiar with one of the shapes of it, or the major scale in general, which has do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Well, the pentatonic scale uses only a few of those notes. It leaves out 2 of the notes from the do, re, mi scale. All right. So you can see here we have an octave on the guitar from A to A. And these are the notes of the pentatonic scale. So you have a minor third as your first interval. Then you have a whole step, another minor third, and then a whole step. Because of the complex, web-like, confusing nature of the guitar neck, these notes can appear all over the neck in different spots. So one of the cool things is you can just play them instead of up one string. You can take these notes and you can stack them up like this across the neck, which makes it a lot easier. And that's how we come up with the 5 shapes that we're going to look at today. So that's just something you want to take a look at, or understand that just because we learn the shapes across the neck, understand that they can go also up and down the strings as well. And another thing I want to show you is this is what it would look like. There's our minor third, a whole step, minor third, and a whole step. Now, if we apply those notes all over the neck, this is what it would look like. It looks kind of crazy if you take it on all at once like that. But what we're going to look at are the 5 shapes if you break it apart. And you notice that the bottom of this shape, it matches right up with the top of that shape. It's like a puzzle piece. So that's what we're going to learn today. When you're looking at these 5 shapes, that's how they combine together to, encompass or cover the entire neck. All right? So let's take a look at the first shape of the pentatonic scale. It's going to be this shape here. And this is the most popular shape. You might already know it. When people talk about the pentatonic scale, they're talking about this shape. And this could be minor. A lot of people think of it as the minor pentatonic, but it's also a major pentatonic. And we'll look at how to use these scales as major and minor in a later video in this series, all right? So let's just start with that first shape. All right, so you can see the first shape right here. And this is going to be the first note you play. All right, that top left note. And wherever you line that up on the neck is going to be your root note for it. And that's going to make it G. So in this case, we're going to do G. You can see that 3rd fret. That's your G note on your E string. And we're just going to play it like this. So you have 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 6. All right, so does that make sense? Now, you can play that anywhere on the neck. It's movable. And when you're soloing, you traditionally wouldn't just play up and down the strings, because everybody would look at you like you're crazy. Is he just practicing, or is he jamming with us? You do different things, bend notes. Stuff like that. You move around within the scale. You switch positions, things like this. But the first thing you got to do is memorize them all. Or, know they exist and then memorize them all right? So let's check out the second shape. Now, because we started our first shape here, and let's go back to that first shape real quickly. That's where you start our first shape on the 3rd fret. And then that second note, this note, boop, that's where we're going to start our second shape. Remember how they all lined up and combined like a puzzle piece? So this note, right there, boop, that's going to be where we start our second note. In this case, it's going to be on the 6th fret. All right? So let's check that out. We have 6, 8. We got 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 6, 8, 6, 8. I start that with my second finger, just so I can kind of be in position, because when you get to that note, you can use your first finger there. It's totally fine if you just want to use 3 fingers. You will see a lot of famous, very successful, very amazing players use just 3 fingers when playing anything, really. Hardly use their pinky at all. My school of thought is, if you have to decide, should I do it one way or the other, try to figure out, practice it both ways, right? Because you never know what the situation is that you're going to be in, and maybe using your pinky will be to your advantage, and if you've never practiced it, that's going to, be a problem. So, be able to do it both ways. Like, these are some pretty big stretches here to use with your first and your ring finger, where, a pinky might be better. And especially if we start getting into like 3-note per string pentatonics and you have to stretch like this, your pinky's definitely going to come in handy. All right? So that's the second shape. And the second note we play there is on the 8th fret, right? This note here. So that first note of the 3rd shape, this one, that's going to be on the 8th fret. All right? So that's where we'll start. Now this one, I tend to start with my pointer, even though we're going to reach back here for this note. So we end up with 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. We got 7, 10, 8, 11, and 8, 10. All right? So that's the 3rd shape that starts on 8. All right? Now let's move on. This note, let's take a look at it. That second note on 10, that's going to be the first note of the 4th shape. All right, cool. So we have these 2 shapes. We have the 2 big sort of intervals or shapes, whatever you want to think of them as first, right? So you have 10, 13, 10, 13, 10, 12, 10, 12, 11, 13, 10, 13. So in that case too, we're going to do that. If you want to play in position, you can use your middle and pinky finger here to get those shifted up sort of notes. Or you can just move your pointer and ring finger up. Or play 1, 2. Might come in handy too. That way you can kind of use your middle finger on that note. So Try playing it all different ways. So we'll take a look at our second note in the shape. That's landing on 13. So that's going to be this note right there. And when we get to the fifth shape, is the final shape. That's going to be where we start, right? So I like to use my pointer finger there too. You're on the 13th fret. And you have 13, 15, 13, 15. Reach back here, 12, 15, 12, 15, 13, 15, 13, 15. All right. Now, this is where it gets crazy. You learn the 5 shapes. Now this note right here on your 15 is going to be this note right here. And you can see it's an octave up from the 3rd fret from that G where we started. So that's going to be where it starts all over again. All right, and then you'd have the 2nd shape. You have the 3rd shape. Wait, make sure I play in the right spot. Whoop. Ran out of frets. That's all right. That's what you call playing all over the neck and beyond. So, yeah. Hopefully that makes sense to you. We can take a look again at this just to recap and see the 5 shapes again. And you would just take this shape and move it down here, and that's how it continues, you know? So in the next video, I'm going to show you a kind of a trick, a way to look at these shapes that will help you memorize them a little bit or figure them out. Say you're listening to a song and you know these 4 notes work. You can say, which pentatonic shape is this or whatever, and it's just a kind of an easy way to get these 5 shapes into your head, because they're only 5 shapes, but it's hard to memorize things sometimes, especially when you got a lot going on with the music and with the guitar playing and stuff. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me or Justin, and I'll talk to you in the next lesson. Take care. Bye-bye.